Dimitri, do not. Hey, and we're live. Here we go.
Here we go. We are live. We took a 2 weeks break, and now we are more than happy to be live and to be alive.
We're here. We're live. We're alive. We're here. I mean, was anyone worried? Put a message in the comments if you were worried, because it'd be nice to know.
Did you miss us?
Sorry.
Did they miss us?
Did they miss us? Yes. Put a message in the comments if you are here, you're ready. Honestly, Dimitri, today's kind of interesting because for a few months now, we've been talking about going deeper and deeper and deeper into stuff that we've launched and, and almost been enriching it. But we're kind of talking about something new today, right?
Well, in the last few weeks, more than a few weeks, obviously, in the last couple of months, we've been working on a lot of new technology and, a lot of new functionality that brokers want. Because, we're constantly, asking brokers, what do you want in Mystro? How can we improve our process and our system? And we're listening, we're recording everything. And, of course, we delivering. So today, we're going to show you a preview of one of the features that we're launching in Mystro. And so I'm going to do it in UAT. So it's not in live yet. It will be in live next week, probably next Wednesday. But I'm going to give you a quick preview, and I'll also show you some cool workflows that you can do with data collection and document validation. So we're going to go through like standard fact find for mortgage application, but then we're going to upload a bunch of documents, and we're going to extract data from these documents, and we're going to do something with this data, whether present it to the broker or alert if something is, not validated. And so when you go to the deal, you will see kind of an overview, what's been extracted, what information the client has provided in their documentation, and then we'll discuss, what you can do with that functionality and how you can utilize it on a daily basis.
Oh, and like I've been actually walking this through with clients more recently that I've been catching up with, and there's every now and again you kind of get, oh, that's kind of cool, but then it's kind of out there. People are using it, but there's so little out there that brokers can utilize, and it's kind of like you're adding team members to your kit to utilize. Like this is stuff that takes time, Dimitri, that we're just simplifying.
It's just so powerful. I'll give you a sneak peek preview of what I'm going to show in terms of document upload and data extraction. So we're going to we're not going to go very deep into this, just a quick light demo. But what we're going to do, I'm going to upload a payslip and a driver's license. And when payslip is uploaded, we're going to validate if employer name is the same as they said in their profile. And if it's the same, then we're going to mark application or employment as pass, like employment validated. And if it's not the same, then we're going to say it's fail. So it's a little thing, but it's very, very useful because not only you can validate on this field, you can validate pretty much on any field or with any data parameter. So that becomes like extremely powerful tool, and it can save you hours of work, like literally hours.
Well, I can vouch hours. Like I can think back to when I had to do this, and as a broker, and I still like every time I see these updates, I go, oh, why now? Why couldn't this have been 6 months, Dimitri? Where were you when I needed this?
Well, now too late. Now let everyone else have it, and we'll support them. All right.
Well, before we get into it, Dimitri, because people are still rolling in, like what's new? What's new over the last few weeks? I mean, the team has grown a little bit, has it not?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've hired new team members in our engineering team. Team is expanding. Very excited about that. As I said, we've been working on a lot of new technology that we're going to be rolling out gradually over the next few weeks. And, a lot of things happening. And, every Friday, we're going to be releasing bits and pieces of this new technology and showing people how to use it. If you guys don't know, Liam's doing every second week.
Training. Yeah. So we got our next training, which is Wednesday next week, on automations, like setting up the basics, getting a bit of a familiar with the system. So that will be next Wednesday, and there will be another email going out on Monday just to confirm you're registered. So if you haven't registered and you didn't get the email, put a link in the comments, and we'll send it out to you.
Well, today we're going to do a bunch of automations as well. I'm not going to create automations from scratch, already pre-created them, but I'll show you how it all fits together. It's really, really simple to use. It's surprisingly simple to use. Like anyone can build like extremely powerful automations that not only automate client communication and, maybe set application stages and so forth, but also, you can do data extractions, data validation, and all sort of crazy things that you've been dreamed about, doing forever. And now it's all available. Now technology is there, and, we're pushing it forward.
So we're going to encourage you, Dimitri, everyone who's watching, over the next, let's say the next couple of months, we're going to be slowly showing you some of this really cool stuff that we're doing. But if you ever want to get more time with us, then make sure that you actually book in a time with Dimitri to get more. Like if you don't even use Mystro, I don't know what you're doing. Find a time to actually get on a call with us, and so we can actually see how we can help your business. But I think we could probably kick it off. What do you reckon?
Yep, let's do it. So, guys, I'm going to share my screen that I prepared earlier, and I'm going to introduce you.
Did you prepare it earlier?
Yes. I'm going to introduce you to the new Mystro dashboard. Now, this is not live. It's going to be live next week. But the idea behind this, and the reason why we actually built it, is because everyone's asking for it. Everyone wants to see how many deals in certain stages, how many deals in certain folders, for example. And to just give a quick snapshot overview of what's going on in their company. This is our solution. And here in the dashboard, you will see a link, or you will see a bunch of basic kind of reports. And it shows you how many deals entered leads folder, for example, or lead stage. How many deals was in processing stage, how many deals in nurturing stage. So this is going to be fully customizable for you. But for this demo, I just decided, hey, we're just going to show basic stages that we have in Mystro system. And, and I think it will make your life easier. A lot of brokers ask for this feature. And not only just for this feature, they also what we're going to be doing, we're going to be sending you daily updates on the progress and on statuses of your deals, so you will know about this without even logging to Mystro. So I believe it's it's very helpful feature, and I believe you will really enjoy it. Also, as you can see here, it will show you how you compare to the previous date range. So right now it's set to month to date, but you'll be able to specify different date ranges. And you will see how you tracking, let's say, for example, against previous week, or how you tracking against previous year. So I think it's going to be cool. I'm using other systems like, Stripe, for example. They have this feature, and it's really, really handy because you see and you can compare your performance against, previous week. And you can set targets, you can set goals. And I think it's really, really cool.
So to add to this is the first iteration of this dashboard. So we will be, with time, adding more and more functionality. Because at the end of the day, Dimitri, it's not like anyone said to us, I want a dashboard, right? It's more about the fact that they said, I want visibility on my business. I want visibility on my day. How do I manage what I've got going? How do I manage my team, what they've got going? So this gives you guys a really easy snapshot to see what's on the go, what have you done, where have you come from, and what you're expecting. Because now, I mean, we probably won't show it today, but because we've got a platform built with AI, in the mix, being able to do projections, honestly, this is just a sneak peek into what ultimately we will eventually be rolling out for you guys to utilize. Would you agree, Dimitri?
I agree. And also, it's important to note that we are all about simplicity. We don't want to overcomplicate stuff. Like if you use, for example, compare us to other systems or other CRMs, they do have dashboards. but they're so complicated. You've got so many moving parts, so many things going on. We just want to make sure that we give you only information that you need and that's helpful to achieve your goal, whatever the goal is. So here right now we have a bunch of reports. We have a list of tasks. I will touch on tasks very shortly. We have redesigned tasks and we've made them more streamlined and more powerful. So we've got a list of tasks, but here you can also show a list of latest leads that you've received, for example. So you can get this like a snapshot of, hey, what's going on in my business? This is a bunch of leads. This is a bunch of tasks that I need to do. Each task obviously has a due date, so you'll be able to see how many tasks are due. You'll be able to filter by due date and make it really, really useful for your organization. And you'll also be able to drill down in your team's task as well if you have enough permissions. So as a business owner, for example, you might want to see how many tasks is allocated to Liam and how many tasks allocated to another team member. And not just that, you'll be able to reassign tasks very easily to other team members. If, for example, Liam calls and said, hey, I'm on holiday today, we can reallocate his tasks on myself or on someone else from our team.
So let me just add to this as well, Dimitri, and because you're slowly losing your voice there. Maybe you need to have some water or something. Like we got another 30, 40 minutes to go, mate. Come on. But just quickly, we've got a couple of comments and just making sure that we're, obviously we invited people to put a message in there. So John Keeley, thank you for joining. Damien asked, when will this be live? So if you missed that,
Wednesday.
We're aiming for Wednesday for this to be live. So and to be honest, Dimitri, we'll probably do a little bit of a pop-up on everyone's account so that they can see a little bit of an introduction in terms of what we're releasing. So we'll make sure that's there for the release. And Jake's here as well. So thanks, Jake. It's brilliant to see you all here.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just pressing buttons. Jake, very exciting stuff. Jake, thank you so much.
All right.
Happy Friday from, is it Jose?
This is John. This is John from Vision.
Okay. Happy Friday, John. Okay. And we have Liam. Liam, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, you need awesome. You're bad for pushing buttons.
Awesome.
You're bad.
Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, how you can use this screen for simple workflow. Now, as I said before, these are a list of tasks that are allocated to you that you need to pay your attention. Now, when I click on a task, it will open up in a pop-up. Now, task system is really powerful, but at the same time, it's really, really simple. So obviously, you can add comments to tasks. So I can add task comment. I can also add a comment and tag another member. So say, hey, Sue, check this out. Like whatever your workflow is with tasks can be accomplished here. Not only you can add, not only you can add just text, you can also add checklist item. Let's just use check 1 and let's add another item, check 2. And you can also upload a file if you wish to. Now, if you upload a file, it will be attached to a task, but it will also be attached to application, to a deal. So that's how you can, for example, if you receive a file from a client, you can just simply upload it here and it will be automatically attached to a deal. So that's how you can manage a task. It's really, really simple. As I said, we want to make it extremely simple. And so you don't have to, go and get a degree to use Mystro.
You know what, now, Dimitri? I was just going to say this looks a little bit different to the way that it usually does. I actually quite like the change that we've done to the UI. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, it's more space because what we've noticed, a lot of our clients, they put a lot of comments and a lot of notes and files and checklists in tasks. So we decided, hey, we need to figure out how to give them a bit more room, and a bit more, clean up interface and make it more easier to read. So that's what we came up with. Now, you can easily jump into a deal from this task. So here at the top, we've got a button. So imagine you just open up a task saying, hey, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this. You just click on this button and it'll take you straight into a deal. So it's a really simple process and, really kind of smooth way to get into deals. Now I can just close this. I can close this task. I can open up another task, and I can jump into a deal. So very, very simple, very straightforward. And, we want to simplify it even more. So guys, if you have any suggestions, how we can simplify it, how we can make it easier to navigate or make it cleaner, please let us know. We're listening, we're taking all of your suggestions on board, and we implementing this in all of them in Mystro.
And look, and to add to that, Dimitri, I mean, we actually get a number of requests in regards to features and thoughts and suggestions, even though you may not see that it comes to fruition straight away. If it's something that's in line with what we're doing, we absolutely we're recording that. We've got a register that we're actually working from to work with this stuff. But funnily enough, like I'll get a couple of inquiries saying, "Oh, look, what about tasks this, tasks that?" Sometimes we'll put it off because we know that we're going to be doing like a big change like this, and we can kind of do it all in one go. So we do hear, we do listen. Please send those through because we want to know how you guys are using the product.
Look, and a lot of things going on in the background and under the hood. As you guys all know, we're a technology company, and we're very much into building cool and sexy technology, and not just and sexy, but also scalable technology. So essentially, we've invested a lot of time and a lot of money building, like backbones of it, like a platform that runs behind it, and then now we can just build all this functionality and make it really, really accessible. For example, with tasks, you can just send a message to Copilot and say, "Hey, create a task for this application." Boom, and it will just create a task. Or you might want to query your reports via Copilot. You'll be able to say, "Hey, how many deals in processing right now, or how many deals in the nurture, or how many deals have been approved today, or have been approved in the last 10 days or last month." And how do we track against the previous month? So you'll be able to do all of this. And that's all because of a platform that we have running in the background that facilitates all of these capabilities. So, guys, do you have any questions about tasks before we move on to the next exciting part of the demo?
We haven't got any questions. I mean, I think you've actually done a pretty good job. There's not much that I would probably add. Yeah. Well, you know me. I'd step in if you didn't say something enough, and I haven't really had to step in that much. So,
well, good. Yeah, there are a lot of things going on, as I said, in background. Look, and if you notice, let's just jump into the application just very quickly. We have redesigned tasks here as well. So now they the interface is similar to the dashboard, and you can just jump into a task and do whatever you need to do. And when you're ready with the task, you just click done, and now it's complete. So simple as that. Very, very straightforward. All right. Now
I'm excited for the next thing. So let's jump.
I'm excited for the next thing too. So what we're going to do next is we're going to talk about Mystro AI and how it can be used to extract data from documents. So as you guys know, when client uploads document in Mystro, we automatically validate them and we classify them. And also we rename them according to your naming specifications. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through fact find, which is a mortgage fact find in this case. We're going to provide all information for the customer. We're going to upload some of the documents, and then we're going to extract data from these documents, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen next. Ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So let's go to Mystro demo application. Now, as most of you already know, and if you don't know, you can request application using Mystro dashboard like that. So I can simply press plus, select application type, demo finance mortgage. I can put client details and click create. Client will receive email, SMS, will attach any compliance documents that you need to supply to a client, such as your credit guide or financial services guide or whatever the document you want to send to client. The email and SMS will come directly from you, so it will not come from Mystro or any other email provider. It will be yours. SMS will also come from your number. We will provision a new phone number specifically for your business. By the way, that you can take it if you decide to not to use Mystro for some reason in the future. I don't see how it might happen, but it can. You can take this number with you, and you can own this number. Now, SMS will come from that number as well. And the reason for that is because Mystro can also receive SMSs and act on whatever message client sends you. So if clients asking to book an appointment with you, or client telling you that they don't want to proceed with the deal, or whatever the intent is, Mystro will understand it and will notify you, but at the same time will provide customer service. So it will answer customer questions. It will guide them. It will help them, and pretty much will be there as your customer service agent. In fact, we actually call it customer service agent. So that's one way to request application from a customer. Another way, you can simply send SMS to Mystro. You can register your phone number with Mystro Copilot. Copilot is a system that is designed to help you operate Mystro system remotely. So you can send SMS to Mystro, say, hey, create application, and send it to Liam. Liam's number and Liam email you provide them, and Liam will receive email and SMS coming directly from you, and Liam will click on the link, and it will end up on interface like this. Very simple, very straightforward. By the way, this interface can be changed, of course, and we can even apply custom CSS. So if you have any specific requirements for the interface, if you want to embed video, for example, or images, all can be done here. And we're going to go through the application experience. I'm going to go through this very quickly. Liam, can you add something to it, or
like say something?
Like say something while I'm doing this?
Well, I guess what I will say is, interestingly, like, we've had a couple of people ask for some very small adjustments to the way that their forms look, but we had recently a request that was quite a dramatic change, and that's it. Like, for us, because we have a platform that's very flexible, we're able to customize this to ultimately whatever you're looking for, but not just the look, but the questions as well. I mean, you can add any sort of question types. I think we've got 5 different ones, which, to be honest, I can't even think if there's any other types.
We have more than that.
Well, no, we have, yes. I mean, I think there's like over 30, but I mean, they have different, like, you can do images and videos and links to external places. Like, if you want to point them to do a review for you, or if you want to point to getting a credit check, or like some sort of PDS document, the idea being is that everything that you need to as a data collection and a document collection can be customized, which is interesting, Dimitri, because quite often I get emails saying, can I do this? Of course you can. Like, well, I feel like the language should be, will you do this for me, rather than can I do this? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, there's just not a limitation really in regards to what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you might notice, as part of this fact find, I actually have a meeting embedded into the application form. So I don't know if you know, guys, but in Mystro, we can actually divide application form into different stages. And we can request stage 1, which could be just basic information and book a meeting. Here we go. So that's an example of embedding different stuff on your form. And here's another example of embedding the privacy consent form. So you might ask clients to sign your privacy. This is a PDF that you can upload to Mystro, and will be populated with customer information. They will sign it.
Oh, that's a boring signature, Dimitri. Come on.
It's a boring signature, but you know what? I'm losing my voice. I've been on Zoom, like, believe it or not,
non-stop,
not since early morning. So just trying to keep up, guys. So please bear with me. So I'm going to sign this document, and we're going to continue. Now, as we go through application, data is automatically saved. So we don't have to save anything, and it will be available instantly in your Mystro dashboard. So if I refresh here, this is the information. This is application that we're going through. So it's in my inbox folder, and I have a stage deal progress. I've got a bunch of test or demo stages. If I click on this application, This is, by the way, this is live environment. So as you can see the the way we show tasks is a little bit different in live than in UAT. So that will change on next Wednesday.
Yep.
But this is our deal. I've got my Calendly or calendar meeting booked, so it's right here. And if I click on application form or client form, this is the information that we've collected so far. Now, Mystro also sends reminders, of course. And here I've set to send reminders every minute. But obviously, in real life scenario, reminders might go after 5 minutes of inactivity. Or, for example, if someone starts the application and they get to this point, we can wait maybe 10 minutes and send them a nice, gentle SMS where they can click on a link and we'll take them exactly where they left off. By the way, they don't have to click on a link in SMS. Did you know, Liam, that they can just reply and say, hey, we'll do it tomorrow, or we'll do it this afternoon. So if client says that, Mystro will record it, and it will notify you that client has indicated that they will complete their application form in the morning, for example. So what we're going to do, we pause all notifications until morning. And, if he hasn't done it, we'll resume notifications from tomorrow morning. So
I mean, I knew that. Just so you know, I knew that. I mean, they might not.
How did you know that?
But because.
All right, let's continue. What is your current residential address? Let's just go through this very quickly. I'm just going to answer a bunch of questions. And if I go back to the application, and guys, this is because this application created in UAT, it might be a little hiccups. But if I go into the application, we'll see that we've already started generating a bunch of documents. So this is a document checklist that is automatically generated based on what client said in their profile. So if they say they're self-employed, or if they say they have 5 investment properties, then we'll ask, obviously information for all of their, investment properties and employment. So let's continue.
By the way, Dimitri, can I just say, if anyone doesn't know what a UAT environment is, Dimitri, what does it stand for? Is it user?
It's a user acceptance testing enviment. So
yes, it's a testing environment. Yes.
Yeah. So this is where we upload basically like or semi-pre-production version, and this is where we testing and breaking it and making sure that that is ready for deployment to production. So I'm going to specify that I'm full-time employed. I don't have second job. Business name. You know what? That's important. Let me actually get a business name so we can validate it against our payslip, because I'm going to be uploading payslip saying that I'm employed by Zoo Noodle Inc.
Is it 2 0 O's? Zoo Noodle or Noddle?
It's Zoo Noddle.
Oh. Okay, radio.
Yeah, it's not noodle, it's noddle. Test. So let me just put some.
For a fake payslip, it's a pretty silly name.
Address. In UK somewhere. Contact name.
I mean, I guess that's a pretty important thing for people to know. I mean, a lot of people will probably operate in Australia, but honestly, like we can we can facilitate people overseas, different currencies, mobile numbers overseas, addresses overseas. Like ultimately, yes, we operate in Australia, but Mystro doesn't have those limitations. If you've got clients that are citizens, but they're overseas right now, absolutely they can utilize the product to get data collected, documents, etc.
In fact, we do automated currency conversion.
I did not know that.
Yep, we do. So if you have a client, for example, who is in Hong Kong, or expat clients, they can complete the form in their local currency, and we'll automatically convert it in Australian dollars, so you can pass it to lenders or.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Sure, let me have savings account, NZ. Value of this account. $10,000. Let's very quickly go through this. Okay. This is not complete fact find, by the way. This is just a demo. I'm going to say I have no liabilities. And let's just get through to the end. Here we go. So
Oh,
now
there
when
we
we
go.
submit, yep,
Done.
go on.
No, I was just going to say done. Done.
Done and dusted. So application has been, fact find is submitted. So if we refresh here, we'll see that it's 100%. And all information is provided. Now, this information is also available as a PDF. So you can download a PDF or you can email it to yourself. Let's say, for example, as soon as application form is completed, we can send this PDF to yourself or to your team member or whatever. So we can do pretty much anything with this data. And if I click on documents, now I've got a bunch of documents that client will have to upload. So as you can see, the status for documents is collecting. So that means as client will be uploading documents, we're going to be monitoring, and we're going to be sending them reminders to make sure that they'll upload all documents required. Really simple. It happens on autopilot, so you don't have to do anything. So you don't have to create templates and manually adjust document template and then send it to clients. You just leave it. Let Mystro decide. Let Mystro do it for you, and Mystro will do it for you and more, which I'll show you in a second. So let's go back to the application. Now this one, we have bank statements connected. So with Mystro, you can connect your Eleon bank statements, or you can connect your cashback. And customer will be able to click on the link and connect to their bank and upload bank statements into Mystro. By the way, when bank statements uploaded, we can also validate it and analyze it to pinpoint anything that you want to know from their bank statements. So that's pretty cool. Now, let me upload a bunch of documents. I'll show you what happens next. So I'm going to upload driver's license. This is my driver's license. And also, I'm going to upload payslip. Now there is a problem here, and the problem is the payslip will not be validated, it will not pass validation because it's asking for my payslip. But
why don't you just change it?
But the payslip I have is a dodgy, payslip that we've downloaded from the internet.
Yes.
So what I'll do, I'll just change the name to just employment verification, because system is smart enough to know that the payslip that we're expecting has to belong to Dmitry in this case. And it will fail validation. It will say, hey, this is payslip, but it's not Dmitry's payslip. But if I remove Dmitry's name, now system will say, okay, it's a payslip, doesn't have to be Dmitry's, we're going to pass it. So I'm going to upload that payslip. So this is a payslip document that we uploaded. Remember, Zoonodal Inc. So this is the employee name. That's why I wanted to kind of change it. So let's upload this payslip. And payslip is uploaded. Now the magic happens in background. So if I go back to Mystro and if I refresh it, so now we have Australian passport. Well, I've uploaded my driver's license against Australian passport, and see what happened? It failed because it says it's a driver's license and not a passport. So I'm just going to re-upload it. The document is a driver's license, not Australian passport as described. So here we go. It picked it up. My mistake. And your clients can do the same. They can make mistakes, and the system will pick it up, and you can reject the document, send it back on them, and they will re-upload it. Okay, but now it is classified this as a payslip anyway, so it will actually extract information from a payslip, and it showed this.
You mean a driver's license?
Yep. Sorry. Driver's license. Yeah. I was just thinking about payslip because we've just uploaded the payslip as well, and this payslip is actually passed. Yeah. So let's check it out. So let's go back to our summary and see what happens.
Sally Harley is the name. There you go.
So this is driver's license information that we've just extracted. This is my real driver's license information. I might need to delete it, but this information basically extracted from a document. What I did, I just asked, hey, extract this information and summarize it. But you can also extract field by field, and with that information, you can pre-fill form, for example, or you can pre-fill any of these fields here, and you will have automatically extracted data. Now check this out: employment verification pass. It actually passed our employment verification because we had another automation called payslip validation, and it actually validated a payslip. So let's wait for it to appear. Again, guys, this is UAT environment, so it might take a while for these screens to appear. But it says the employer name on the payslip matches the applicant's employer details provided as Zoonodal Inc. So it has extracted this information, and it the way I set it up. So if it's a pass, it updates employment verification to pass. If it's fail, it would be set to fail. So imagine you can have a bunch of fields like that to validate employment details, to verify their income. So whether their income is, is actually what they said in their profile. You don't even have to ask for the income. You can just, get them to upload a document, extract this information, and pre-fill forms. Whether you want to pre-fill these fields or just actual form, you can do that as well. So it opens up whole set of opportunities and improvements in your processes to make your life easier. Like imagine when they upload everything. Let me just upload driver's license here again. So I'm just going to upload my driver's license in the correct field. Imagine when they upload everything, you can extract any information that you need. So you can verify their employment, you can verify their salary, you can verify their name, if their name on driver's license actually matches the name on what they provided on their form. So you can pretty much do all of this instantly.
So here's something that I've been talking about with people this week, Dimitri, because again, this stuff it's close to being live. Like there's still some little bits and pieces that we need to work on, but this stuff is, to really finesse it, and so it's really easy for you guys to utilize. But a couple of things that, like I've mentioned with people is, how good would it be if you came to work, form was done, documents were done, and you had a beautiful email or a file note on the deal that gave you all the red flags, things that were mismatched, the common mistakes that are missed on documents. Like I'm sure if people, if you're a broker, for example, and you use our software, and this is something that that we experienced a lot, is you'd commonly miss if there were like directors of a business on a credit file. But you can have it right there in front of you the moment that someone uploads their credit file, or we actually, connect with Equifax. We automatically get the credit file back, and then we have a file that's saying, hey, quick heads up, they didn't say that they were self-employed, but they're a director of a business. Like that could be hours and hours and hours saved, right? Because you might not use a particular bank, you might use someone else and you missed it. Like this stuff has the ability to really just make your business so much more effective.
And you know what? Let's say if you detect that they are director of a business on their credit file, you can just trigger a new application, a new form, and automatically send it to them so they can fill it in.
Yep.
And it's all available right now. Like literally, you can do it right now.
Absolutely.
So becomes very, very powerful. And yeah, like coming back to your example, you could have a flag here saying like a general flag, pass or fail, and or red and green, and you do also like all kind of checks. And if they all pass, then you set this flag to pass or green. If one of them fail, you set it to fail. You put a note. You put a comment why it's failed, so you know exactly what's going on, and you can take it further. And you don't have to put a comment here. You can actually create a task. So let's say the credit report failed, or the employment verification failed. You can just create a task, and you can allocate this task to a team member and say, "Hey, check this out," and call the customer and ask why the employment verification failed. So you can essentially create a bunch of tasks and allocate them to different team members based on what information has been extracted from their files. Ideally, you don't have to collect a form. You can potentially say, hey, what's your name? What's your surname? These are your details. Now upload a bunch of files. Done.
Oh, absolutely. And it would change the way that we get information from clients. But, if you just said, hey, upload as much stuff that you think is relevant, they could, I kid you not, they could upload enough where they don't have to do a form.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And you would have everything there done, compliant, check, move on. Like
Mm,
it and you know what the interesting thing is, Dimitri, is this stuff is good. This stuff is really good. But the problem is that if people don't jump on this now, fast forward 1 year, 2 years, it will become and start to be normal, and people will expect that this process takes not as long as what it used to. They'll just expect it. So, to a degree, right now, it's about getting ahead of the competition, but it's also about keeping up with the times, because you will actually be negatively impacted in the future if we don't adopt what technology can essentially do for us. So it's a
yeah.
kind of this two-pronged thing where we actually want to partner with you guys and help to not just keep you on track, but to push you forward, because this stuff really does make a big impact.
Yeah, 100%. And the way we collect information from clients obviously changes. And with new technology that is available to us, for example, with Mystro, you can have a workflow like ask client, what's your first name? Well, you don't have to ask it. You can just say upload your driver's license. As soon as they upload their driver's license, we ask them to sign the privacy. They sign the privacy. We run credit check automatically live. And credit check is passed. We analyze it, and if it's okay, then we're gonna say, okay, now we need your pay slips, or now we need your whatever documents you need to collect from them. We can also extract their liabilities from their credit file and say, hey, we've detected a bunch of liabilities. I need further documentation. Boom, 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 automatically, without asking client to complete any forms at all. Even better, all of this can be done using Copilot, not Copilot, but AI assistant. So client can send you SMS saying, "Hey, I want to borrow, $500,000. I want to buy a property." No worries, client. Here's a link. Upload your documents. As soon as documents uploaded, here's another link. Sign your form. Sign your privacy, and boom, run credit check and just get them onboarded without even filling in any forms or doing anything. Just talk to a robot and it happens.
You know what? There's actually probably an even better example in a slightly different, like not mortgage broking, but for example, if you're in financial planning or an insurance broker, because from my experience, you get insurance certificates that have a lot of information, or you might get a statement of advice from a planner that has like a full download of everything about your who you are, what you do, liabilities, goals, all the rest of it. Could you imagine, Dimitri, if you just uploaded one document? Upload what the insurances that you've got currently, upload the advice that you got from your previous planner, and one document. I reckon a lot of these forms would be completed just with one document. So mortgage brokers might not actually be like, yes, huge benefit, huge value, but there's other industries in financial services that would even get more value from this, being able to have AI go and pull everything from the document and then put it in the form where it's applicable. It's it's crazy.
100%. 100%. What you can do with this is crazy. I like that use case that you did for a client. Can you tell everyone? That's pretty cool.
What, in regards to the income?
No, data extraction from documents. Remember, we had this conversation before this stream.
Yes. So I actually took it one step further, and we basically said, okay, when a client uploads a pay slip in their PAYG, we're gonna give it all the information that they put in the form related to their job. Name of employer, name of the applicant, income, payment frequency, etc. We then cross-reference it with the pay slip. Now, right here, Dimitri, like you checked, is the employer's name correct? And to be honest, that's what I would consider minimum expectation. But imagine if you could have a file note or an email or whatever saying, hey, we've compared all of the information in the pay slip against what's been provided. Client said they earn $1,000 a week, but they actually on the pay slip only earn $800. And because AI has access to a large repository of information, it can do, predictions, etc. It can also help guess or calculate what could be the reason why. Because it's not just a pay slip; they also get an income statement and tax returns, and help you to, I guess, paint a story as to why the information is different, all without actually opening a single document. Which pay slips a good example. Tax returns, really getting an understanding of like add backs and all the rest of it. Honestly, Dimitri, I know this sounds really terrible, but the most common mistake that we made, or I made, was if anyone knows about limited titles on a contract, they're really bad. Banks don't take them, and contracts can be like 100 pages. So it just flags it's a limited title. Like, I can't tell you how good.
And it's so easy to do. Like,
it's so easy.
Let me just quickly show you how to do it. It's done in automations. So in Mystro, when something happens, we run automation. So we create automation when, for example, I've created this automation to validate pay slips. And I say, hey, let's trigger this automation when document is classified as a pay slip. That's it. And here, I run a prompt. It's a prompt. It's an AI prompt. And I can say applicant employer, and this is employer. This is data that is taken from the form. So I can also say gross income. And I can say here, and I can just add form value. I think it's gross income or something. Yeah, pre-tax income, gross. Here we go. And now I can say identify employer company name from document provided and set employment pass to fail. So basically, you can just tell Mystro, tell robot, what do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? Either you want to identify if a guy is still employed, or comparing the gross income to the pay slip, what's on the pay slip, and it will validate it, and it will flag if there are any errors. And that's how easy it is. And then here you can just put some logic, what do you want to do with if something happens. For example, in this case, I said if employment pass, let's set answer. Let's just change that variable to pass. That's it. So you can set answer, you can change variables, you can pre-populate forms with data. You can do whatever you want with this data. It's all yours. You can even put it in a nice email and email it to yourself, saying, hey, this is Dimitri, that's his payslip, that's his license. Here's the data extracted. Here we go. So makes it extremely simple, extremely easy, and most importantly, extremely powerful.
I can't really properly explain. Like, in my head, I'm just thinking of all these different ways of being able to use it. And to be honest, if you're listening to this right now, and once this is live, we will push an update so that you guys know when this is ready for you guys. If you go, I really like the idea, but I don't know how to do it. Like, I know Dimitri showed me, but I'm time poor, or I need a little bit of help. Then please reach out, because that's what we're here for. Like, Dimitri, with time, we're actually starting to put together processes and ways that we can actually make it even easier for you guys to just click a button and just, it's done, it's ready to go, whether it's using AI or some smarts in the background. Like, we want to make this stuff easier, simpler, and just plug and play. So, and if you guys need help, please reach out, because we're here obviously to help and facilitate that.
We love plug and play. We love it.
We do.
We had so many crazy ideas. I had a lot of crazy ideas, whether you just use AI or use Copilot and you just tell it what you want to create. So for example, you might want to say, hey, create onboarding form for this purpose. And, if this happens, do this. So it will create a form, it will create automations, and it will create a workflow, and it will give it to you so you can start using it. And you know what? I came up with this idea a while ago, probably 2 years ago, when I was kind of thinking, how we can simplify form creation, chatbot creation, like everything creation. But technology wasn't there yet. Now it's possible. We've actually created a prototype of this. We've created a prototype where you can just type in what form do you want to create, and it creates a form in the background. So technology is there; it's possible. It's just a matter of prioritizing it, and obviously figuring out all bits and pieces that needs to happen for that, and we'll give it to you. Just bear with us, and we'll deliver the best technology on the planet that you can only dream of.
You know what, Dimitri? This is something that I said to someone this week, because honestly, like I showed him a couple of these things, and he was like, "Wow, wow, wow!" Like he was blown away. And you know what? We're going to be honest. Yes, the technology is great, but we're also growing. We've got stuff that we need to do better. 100%. If you love us now, you're only going to love us way more in the 12 months, 24 months. Like honestly, like Dimitri, would you agree? We're on an upward trajectory, and it's getting crazy. Like if you guys are loving what we're doing, stick around and watch this space, because
it's getting hot. It's getting hot, guys. I guarantee it. It's getting so hot. You wouldn't even believe, like 6 months from now. I can't even imagine how excited you're gonna be when you see what we are working on, and when you not just see but start using this for your business. It's just gonna be nuts.
And like, to be honest, like Chris Napier here, is it purely built for finance, or can it be customized for other industries? The brilliant thing, and like I can think of a couple, Dimitri, and I'm sure you could as well. The brilliant thing is we already are supplying this to other industries, dealership groups, NDIS. Like, yes, we talk about this in a way because, finance is kind of where we started. It's our bread and butter, but it's so flexible that name it, we can do it. Well, can I say that?
Yeah, whether we want to do it or not, but our primary focus in finance, this is where we invest in the most. Everything basically, because we build in software, and we build in workflows for brokers like yourself. Whether you're in mortgage space or asset finance or financial advice or accountant. So anything to do with numbers, with compliance, with finance, making sure that anything to do with customer information and data, Mystro excels in it. And I do believe that we are leading software provider in that space, not just in Australia, but around the world as well. Because what we're doing, not everyone is brave enough to do, put it that way.
Well, I guess that's why we actually have clients that are not in the finance space, because even though we've made it clear, hey, this is not our focus, they've kind of said, but please
we'll use it. Yeah, we'll use it.
Please, can I have your software? And there's caveats, but honestly, they're loving it. I mean, even today, Dimitri, we got we got a 5-star review from someone who's not in the finance space.
Oh, really?
They love our product. And honestly, if you don't have Mystro, you can too.
Excellent. So on that note, I think we should wrap it up.
Yep.
We are 53 minutes in. And we're trying to keep this under an hour. So thank you very much, guys, for joining. We have another.
There was one question. Let's answer this one. So Craig, 3 weeks ago, we did a full hour training session on how to get data out of Mystro. I will send you an email with a link to that. And of course, if you need us to go into a little bit more explanation, we can absolutely do a one-on-one. But we are very flexible. Data in, data out. We've got a lot of flexibility in that space.
Excellent.
I think that's
let's
good.
wait for other questions. If there are no more questions, I think we'll end this stream, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
Sounds good.
Sounds like no more questions. Yep, that's it. Thanks. Thank you very much for spending an hour with us. We really appreciate it. And as always, if you have any questions, if you need any help with Mystro configuration, with what we've just discussed, creating these automations, extracting data, where to reach us. I'm just going to remind, it's support@mystro.com.au. Send us a message. We'll be more than happy to jump on a call and find out more about your goals and what you're trying to achieve, and help you out.
Beautiful. Thanks, Dimitri.
Cheers. Bye.
See you guys.